All right, cool. Hey, welcome out to the Force Operation. All right, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the rules of engagement for the Black Ops Elite organization fights. It's our hosted event. Anybody has any problem with our sandbox, then you can go play in your own sandbox. All right. Age requirements. You must be at least 16 years of age to participate in a BoE hosted event, unless otherwise noted. Required personal protective equipment is ANSI approved eyewear, which is required on the field at all times. Other suggested but not required are mouth guards, face masks, gloves, jock straps, cups, things along those lines. Anybody not wearing ANSI approved rated goggles or glasses, raise your hand. All right, good. Ammunition restrictions. All weapons on the field will have ammo restrictions unless otherwise stated in weapons classes. One high cap magazine allowed on you at a time. High caps must be reloaded at spawn only. Unlimited mid or low cap magazines, which may be reloaded in the field, are allowed to be as many as you want, and you can reload those in the middle of a firefight. Who is new to our events? Raise your hand. Okay, so again, I'm going to go over the high cap rule one more time. You're allowed one high cap on your person.
Does everybody know what a high cap is? Checking.
Okay, good. So it's usually the mag that comes with your first gun. So we understand that, and so allow you to fight, we allow the high cap. But we would like to really encourage you to explore the world of mid caps. All right, so you can reload your mid caps as much as you want in the battle. I could be in the middle of a firefight and I can just reload because it is a tedious process to have to reload all versus the dump and pump method. Okay? So again, for you guys out there that are new, I want to be clear and just say that you get one high cap or all mid caps, and you can only reload that high cap at your spawn point. Tracking? Cool. Any questions on that from anybody? Weapons classes. Weapons classes are designed to add realism into our airsoft games. Each class has a specific maximum power rating and minimum engagement distance. These engagement distances are firm since there are no surrenders here. If you intend to or think you might be engaged under your minimum distance for your AEG, you must draw a secondary weapon or knife, or if you do not have those, you must withdraw and re-engage to the appropriate safe limit that you have been already authorized with your FPS. Knives. Minimum engagement has a 0-foot minimum engagement. Simply pull out your authorized training knife that's been approved, go up to your person and swipe them like a butter knife. Simple, no gouging, no skull, you know what, none of that is necessary. Special rules. You must use that training knife in order to obtain a knife kill. Only cold steel or approved training knives will be approved. Simply tap out your opponent anywhere on his body and they are out. Secondary weapons. Secondary weapons have a max FPS of 320 feet per second with a .20 weight BB. Minimum engagement is 5 feet. Special rules. Semi only. It has to have a single shot. Low caps or mid caps only. High caps are not allowed on secondary weapons. Let's see here. Weapons classified as secondary. Shotguns, spring, gas blowback, automatic electric pistols on semi only. Grenade launchers such as M203s. They have a 30-foot minimum engagement with those.
We're using the gas shotguns that are out there. That's going to be considered pretty much a launcher. So you have a 30-foot minimum on that, and that is considered a primary weapon as of now if they're being used. So
exactly. So if you have a shotgun that's gas operated, or you have the launcher on your rifle, you have a 30-foot minimum engagement, and we ask that you adhere to that at all times. All right, shoulder fire anti-armor weapons such as laws or RPGs, we do have them. They may come into play. You just never know. Hand grenades and claymores, those are all considered secondaries. Primary weapons. Only one primary weapon is allowed per person. Your primary weapon may be switched during respawn. Sharing or swapping your primary weapon during gameplay is prohibited. SMG class, submachine gun. Max FPS, 320 feet per second with a 20 weight BB. Minimum engagement 5 feet. Special rules. Must shoot semi under 20 feet. You are allowed to engage within buildings or in close quarters. Only on semi. Assault class, max feet per second, 330 feet to 450 feet per second with a 20 weight BB. Minimum engagement is 50 feet, 50 feet. Special rules, assault class AEGs cannot engage within buildings.
Give me 50 feet from the cap.
So everyone's going to pace out about 50.
Go get some.
Right about, that's good. That's about 50 feet. That's relatively close. Probably even further than 50 feet.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah, it is no further. That's
right?
like 70.
There you go. We all know. That's like 70.
Sorry.
No, please. You're a veteran out here. You know what I mean? That's like 70 feet. Y'all get it. That's about 70 feet, huh?
50 feet. Anything beyond that, you can't even point your guns at those people if you're shooting over 320 FPS. Everybody understand that? That's assault class.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
This is a close quarter environment, so there's a good possibility you'll be running into people pretty close, so make sure you have your knives and your secondaries readily available.
Because we're going to be fighting in a lot of this terrain right here, and it's going to bring you close to your, you're going to see the whites of their eyes. So, let's see, assault class, so that's 50 feet. Anybody that breaches the engagement distances, we'll just ask you to leave. It's just that simple. So if you're not sure, if you're within the right appropriate distance, 50 feet, 60 feet, 45 feet, don't pull the trigger. Make sure that you're within the feet that you know is 50 feet minimum for that weapon, for any of your weapons. Support class, max feet per second is again 450 feet per second with a 2.0. Minimum engagement is 50 feet. The special rule for a support class or a SAW is you must have a box mag, a bipod to be considered support class. It can shoot semi only. Let's see, actually it can only shoot full when deployed. So you have to actually take a knee, or you have to bipod it out, or you have to rest up on something, and then you can engage with that weapon. So it has its disadvantages. You have one support weapon per 6 players, or 1 per 6-man team. The MBR class, oh excuse me, let me just digress. You can reload a SAW as much as you want. That is like the only capacity magazine that's allowed to be reloaded in the middle of a firefight, not at your spawn. You can have a team of guys with ammo that can bring it to you. You can carry 4 or 5 drum mags, a bunch of mags, whatever the case is. The support class can have unlimited ammo, and I want y'all to understand, if you see someone dumping and pumping, they better be a SAW gunner.
And that's 1 per squad, so if you have a 4-man team, you should be able to have 1 SAW on that. You know, if you have a 9-man team, just don't have a squad of 7 dudes all with saws. That's kind of lame. So.
If you're on the move and the SAW fire is semi-auto?
No.
That's in the ROE, but
it's going to be amended, and we're going to change that. So right now, no. Okay. SAWs cannot fire on the move. They have to be deployed.
And by deployed, he means setting it on something solid that's going to hold up the weapon, not a twig.
Yeah, not a twig.
You know, I mean, you want to put it on something that's going to hold that weapon.
Exactly. As if you have to deploy it. Dead body. Perfect. Yeah.
You had mentioned a knee. Is that okay?
Yeah, if you take a knee,
yeah,
because you're stopping. You're taking a knee, and now you're deployed, you can go full auto like this, right? But yours not Oscar Mike.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Support class, so we just went over that. MBR, which is the main battle rifle. Please hold, what is it?
I can go prone with one of those weapons.
You can go prone with any weapon.
prone is pretty much deployed. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. As long as you as long as you're touching the earth with your knee or your chest, you're fine. Okay. MBR, main battle rifle, is anything shooting 451 feet to 600 feet per second with a 208 BB. Minimum engagement is 100 feet. Special rules: can shoot semi. There's airborne. From me to airborne. Anybody shooting up to 600 feet per second has to have a 100-foot minimum engagement from me to airborne, which is right up on this hill. Okay, anybody that breaches that engagement with this weapon is asked to leave. We're sorry, it's just how it is.
Yeah, if you have anything that's MBR, you should be approaching us and letting us know you have it. If you haven't been out here very many times, we won't let you use it, just for safety reasons.
Yeah, who's shooting over 450? Okay, rec shop, good to go. All right, and there's some other guns out here that might be shooting that hot.
Just a little over, Rec. Hey, Rec, just a little over?
Just a little under 600.
Just nice, right? You're shooting like a lot.
Yeah, shooting a lot, yeah.
You know the rules that come along with it. He understands. He's here at every single op. He knows that if he breaches his engagement, he's done. He understands the power of what he's using, and I want you to understand that he understands that. It's all about being friends here. And let me segue real quick on this note, because I want y'all to shake each other's hands real quick and just understand that we are here to be friends, first and foremost. We have a lot of rules to go over, but it's all of this and it's all of you that make this happen in and out every other Saturday.
I have to shake you. Oh man, look at that friendliness.
All right, so let me finish through this and we'll be done.
Listen up.
Anybody that shoots sniper class over 600 feet per second to 750, you have a 150-foot minimum engagement. You have to have 1 second between shots. You have to, you know, you can only shoot semi. No one's shooting over 600, is that right?
Oh.
Okay. Building engagements.
Don't worry about it.
Calling hits and calling out. To add to realism, anytime you are hit but not killed, you are fair game. It is up to you or your opponent to leave you, kill you, or use you to draw on a medic. If you were shot before or during a medic heal, you must take the shots. Being injured does not make you immune to the opponent's fire. On the flip side, as long as you are in game, hit or not, you will be allowed to give intel to your teammates. If you are out, you are not allowed to give intel to your teammates, because why?
Dead men don't talk.
Dead men don't talk. Anytime you can choose to respawn by calling out. If no medic is around, or if you're sure you're just gonna get shot anyhow and you just want your mommy, then just call out. Just get out of there, okay? If it's worth saving your medic's life for the team's objective, just get yourself out, respawn, and get back in it, or wait until the start of the new game.
Can you call mommy?
If you have signal,
On channel 5.
as long as you don't have AT&T.
On channel 5, you can call
On channel 5 if you need to call your mommy.
All right, if you're hitting the,
Listen up.
if you're hitting the head, neck, or torso, consider yourself out. Instead of calling hit, you will call out. Please be loud when announcing to avoid being shot again. If you are out, you will raise one or both of your hands in the air, and then you will immediately leave the field to respawn or otherwise. Please just raise your hand, cover your teeth, save your pearls. Just walk out. You're going to take indirect fire. It's just the nature of the beast. You're walking through a combat situation, so you're going to have to deal with that. No complaining, no demoralizing comments on the field, and I'll touch on that. If you're hitting the arms, one or both, you will call hit. You can no longer shoot, but you can move at will. If you are hitting the legs, one or both, you will call hit. If you are shot in the legs, you must stay where you were shot. Either lay down, take a knee, you cannot move, or call yourself out if you want to get out of the situation, or you are healed by a medic. That's the only way you can move if you're shot in the leg. Okay, so you are allowed to use a weapon if you're shot in your leg. So you get shot in the leg, take a knee, call for a medic, get on your radio. Oh, you can't, use your radio, use your upper area, you can return fire, call for a medic. But in order to be moved out, you gotta have two hands on you to move you to simplify dragging. Let me hit that, let me touch on that. Hold on, okay, so this two hands means I'm being dragged out to safety when I got shot in my legs. They can return fire, I can return fire, they move me to the medic. Thanks, guys. Multiple hits. If you are sprayed and shot in both the legs and in the arms but not killed, you will call hit. You will not be able to move, shoot. All you can really do is call for a medic. It's up to you whether you would like to stay in and wait for a medic or call yourself out. Now, if you're sure you're going to get hit multiple times, shot in different areas, left arm, right arm, the medic must wrap a bandage on each area that is hit in order for you to get back in the game. So hits that do not count, because that's funny, because all hits count. Ricochets through the bushes, bank shots, floaters, they all count. Off a car window into Ronald Reagan's gut, that really counts. Ricochets count, okay? If you don't call it, you're cheating yourself, your team, the sport, the integrity that it's deserving, and we're gonna ask you to leave. Simple. And then when you leave, you're gonna realize that you just suck because you cheat. Right? Gun hits. Hits to your gun during gameplay will require you to move back to respawn. This will not count as a respawn, but a resupply. One hit to your gun, that is all you get. Multiple hits, you're dead. Medic rules, number of medics. There could be only one medic per squad or one per 6, max. Bandages, medics will be required to carry a medic bag. A bag with a cross of any type that can be carried and removed from the medic. The medic bag will contain pre-cut bandages with red dye or dye in the center, non-stained to add realism. When a teammate is hit, the medic must wrap the bandage on the area of the body hit. If you're hitting the shoulder, wrap the arm. If you're hitting the ass, wrap the leg. Medics will have a limited supply of bandages, amount depending on the game or the scenario. Once the supply is exhausted, the medic can no longer bring hit players back into the fight. If a medic is taken out, he cannot resupply bandages on respawn. Medic bags. BoE medics will be issued a medic bag. Non-BoE teams are required to provide their own medics and their own bags and filled with the proper bandages and put onto the position of their team. Dragging. This rule will be used to address dragging, which I just demonstrated. No one really wants to be physically dragged over rugged rocks, which we're all around, and cactus. Therefore, to represent dragging, we are using these rules. To be moved while you're immobile, you will need the help of a teammate. Your teammate must have both of his hands on your shoulders at all times in order for you to move. Two teammates can use one hand if each and shoot if needed. If you're being moved, you cannot use your weapon. Also, any team member can move you, not just the medic, so remember that. Okay, he likes you. He doesn't want to die. And we're not doing any night ops, so those rules will be skipped over. Now, what I'm going to talk about is respect, integrity, and safety, and it's what every one of you should understand that we're founded on. All right? Black Ops Elite Special Forces primary purpose is to maintain an elite airsoft fighting unit, and we organize our events and community with respect, integrity, and safety to achieve this goal. All right? If you don't got that respect, please just turn around and leave now. We've been doing this for 5 years. We take feedback very well. If you have a game suggestion that you want to throw our way, or a suggestion, or you need to approach somebody and you're having an issue on the field with somebody, please address any BoE staff personnel, and you'll notice them by, our insignias or the beret that they have earned. Also, the T to the rules. New guy here. What's your name? Max. Max, I'm Rad. Nice to meet you. So I already respect you. You respect me, right? It's simple. So here's the thing. If Max here feels that Rad's not calling his hits, and he's gotten in as close as a knife kill and I'm still not calling it, and he knows for a shadow of a doubt that I've not called it, he calls me out, okay? And what that does is we're both out now. So you call yourself out and me out at the same time when you call someone out. So I'm like, yo, Bridger, I'm hitting you, you're out. I just called myself out. This is to deter you from calling people out, because if you haven't zeroed in your weapon from 150 feet and know without a shadow of a doubt you can hit that target, chances are you're missing and your gun is not tuned properly or you're not using the right weight BBs, and that's your own fault. But that's why we're here, is to live and learn. So don't call someone out unless you know without a shadow of a doubt you're willing to go out too, discuss it. One or both or whatever is going to go home. It's that simple. We just have teeth to the rules. The code of conduct needs to be enforced at all times. We're going to play multiple games. Teams are going to be mixed up. Teams will stay together. Anything I'm leaving out, any of my guys?
Index is end exercise. When that's called, that means the game's over. If somebody's like walking through or bringing a horse or something like that through the AO.
An ATV, anybody out here four-wheeling, we call ceasefire. Ceasefire will nobody moves during a ceasefire. And then down the line, ceasefire, 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 until that guy is out of our AO from the last guy. I think Harmless is going to blow up. I'm really freaking out here. I'm like thinking this is a trick. See, I'm thinking it's a trick. Damn it! In the open.
I trusted you, man.
All right. Anybody else going to blow up without me knowing it? All right. So, I think that's everything.